So this is Starlight with another video. This video will be regarding the Chinese zodiac, the Chinese philosophy. So we are currently in the year of the wood snake, and the element of wood is represents the eastern direction, and the eastern direction is ruled by the Azure dragon. The seven mansions of the Azure dragon are comprised of the western constellations that include Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, part of Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, and Spica, which is also part of Virgo. So these are the seven mansions that comprise the Azure dragon, which is representative of our current year, the year of the wood snake. Now, we will be entering in February, we will be entering a new Chinese zodiac, which will be the year of the fire horse. Fire is represented by the direction of the south, and the seven mansions of the vermilion bird is the is what represents the southern direction. The vermilion bird is what rules over the southern direction. And the vermilion bird is comprised of the western constellations of Corvus, Crater, Hydra, Cancer, and Gemini. And I read somewhere that even a portion of Leo, but I couldn't really find a lot of information on that. So, what is really interesting is that these two, the Azure dragon and the vermilion bird, also line up with the trajectory of the 3IATLAS interstellar object. So here is a map of 3IATLAS's trajectory through the constellation, which also lines up with the ecliptic path of our sun traveling through the constellations, through the zodiac. Now, what's interesting is 3IATLAS is, they're saying it's hailing from like the Milky Way. So that's going to be like your, what's closest to the Milky Way is like Sagittarius, Scorpio, Ophiuchus. So it didn't come on our radar until July of this year. But we can see here a map of the trajectory of 3IATLAS. And we can see here in May, it was lining up with Sagittarius. Then by July, Ophiuchus. In August, Scorpio onto Libra. And then going up to Virgo. And that's where it currently is, in Virgo. Heading towards Leo. And then Cancer. And by the beginning of the year of the horse, in February of next year, that's when it will be entering Gemini. So what's really interesting is it is mirroring the constellations that comprise the Azure dragon, and now heading into the vermilion bird. So here is a diagram of the Azure dragon, and as you can see, it has components, and it's kind of hard to see. I couldn't really find a really good map, but we have parts of Sagittarius, Scorpio, Ophiuchus, Libra, even into Virgo. So these are the Western constellations that comprise the Azure dragon. And here is a picture of the Vermilion bird and the lunar mansions that comprise the Vermilion bird. And this lines up with, now here is a diagram of those lunar mansions and their corresponding section of our sky and the constellations here. So we can see by Virgo, there's going to be Corvus crater, and then we have Hydra moving up, Cancer, and Gemini. So you can see how this is all lining up with the trajectory of 3IATLAS, which is really interesting. So what I'm asking myself is, well, what does that mean? You know, how is this matching up perfectly with the Chinese zodiac and the elements that represent these specific year, like the wood snake, and now we're into the fire horse. And here is another map that I found. It's really cool. So you can see on the bottom here we have the black turtle. So the black turtle, and above that is the constellations that comprise that area of the sky, and then we have the white tiger. But what we're looking at is our area of interest currently is the area of the green dragon, which is where 3IATLAS was. That's the area where 3IATLAS is coming from. So like the galactic center. So then we're moving in towards the portion of the sky where the red bird is. So that's going to be Gemini is going to be like the top part of the Vermilion bird. And here is another diagram of 3IATLAS trajectory, and this is starting, so the green line there is August of this year, and you can see that's starting out there, showing Ophiuchus, moving through Libra, Virgo, Leo, hitting Cancer, and then heading into Gemini. And here is the last image I will have showing. So we see the galactic center, right? And that's where the Azure dragon, that's the part of the sky, the stars that the Azure dragon resides in. And now we already started moving into position of the Vermilion bird, or as I like to call it, the phoenix. Now you can see we already started entering into those portions. Corvus crater, Hydra, Cancer, Gemini. So we already started entering into that energy of the Vermilion bird, and it will